I didn't think of it as a pattern at first. Tuesdays just had a different texture. The house felt paused, like something had stepped out and taken the air with it. She would leave around the same time every week, keys in hand, saying it lightly, appointment, as if the word itself should be enough. I never asked what kind. That felt like the kind of marriage we had built. Efficient, undemanding, polite in all the ways that keep things from breaking. The morning I opened the glove box, it wasn't curiosity. I needed the insurance slip, that's all. The card was tucked behind it, thin, almost forgettable. No logo, no name. Just an address printed cleanly. I knew the street before I finished reading it. It sat somewhere familiar in my chest. Not as recognition exactly, but as something adjacent to it. A place I had driven past enough times to know what it wasn't. Not a clinic. I closed the glove box and sat there longer than necessary, the engine still off the silence, pressing in a little more than usual. For a while, I tried to return to the original task, insurance, errands, the day as it was supposed to unfold. But the address didn't leave. It stayed like a quiet correction. By the time I picked up the keys again, the decision didn't feel dramatic. It felt procedural. Like following up on a loose end, the drive was shorter than I expected. That was the first thing that unsettled me. Whatever this was, it had been happening closer to my life than I'd imagined. The building itself didn't offer much explanation. No sign that clarified anything. Just a converted space. Neutral, almost deliberately so. The kind of place that didn't want to be questioned. Her car was already there. I parked a little further down, not hiding exactly, but not announcing myself either. For a moment, I stayed inside my own car, hands still on the wheel, watching nothing in particular. It would have been easier if I'd felt something sharper. Anger, maybe, or even panic. Instead, it was quieter than that. A slow rearranging, every Tuesday folded back on itself. The consistency. The lack of detail. The way I had accepted the word appointment without needing anything behind it, not trust. Exactly. More like. I got out eventually, but I didn't go in. I stood across the street instead, giving myself time I hadn't asked for before. A window on the second floor caught my attention. Not because I saw anything specific, but because it was occupied. Movement, indistinct. Enough. I could have walked away then. Told myself I had seen what I needed to see, but staying felt important in a way I couldn't fully explain. That's when someone spoke behind me. "Are you here for someone?" It wasn't an accusation, just a question casual enough to be disarming. I turned, a little slower than I should have. A man stood near the entrance, keys in hand, like he'd just stepped out. He looked at me the way people do when they're trying to place you without asking directly. I started, then stopped. There wasn't a version of the truth that fit easily into that moment. He nodded, like he understood something I hadn't said. "Most people don't wait outside," he added, almost kindly. "If you're here, you can just go in." Something in the way he said it shifted the ground under me. Not because of what it revealed about her, because of what it revealed about me. This wasn't hidden. Not really. Not in the way I had framed it in my head. There was no elaborate secrecy here, no careful covering of tracks, just a reality I hadn't looked at closely enough. "I think I'm in the wrong place," I said. It came out steadier than I expected. He didn't argue, just gave a small nod, already moving past me, unlocking the door again as if the moment had resolved itself. And maybe it had. I stood there a little longer, but the weight of it had changed. It wasn't about catching anything anymore. There was nothing to catch. Only something I hadn't been willing to see. When I got back into the car, I didn't look at the building again. I didn't need to. The drive home felt longer this time, not because of distance, but because there was no version of the day waiting for me that didn't include what I now understood. It wasn't just that she had somewhere else to be every Tuesday. It was that I had never really asked why, and worse, I had preferred not to. By the time I pulled into the driveway, nothing had been decided yet. not in any concrete way. But something had shifted, quietly and completely, not in her, in what I was no longer willing to overlook.